Office. Lerato, thank you very much indeed for your time. So we know that Home Affairs offices are going to be open they were open from yesterday, today, and including, we're told, tomorrow, so that people who misplace their ID can get a temporary ID as well. What's the situation where you are?
Ticket 760, counter 5.
I think what's been really exciting to see when we got to the Home Affairs is just the excitement from people on the ground. I mean, the queues are really, really long, but people saying that, they want to vote tomorrow. If it means for them standing in line for hours to get a temporary ID or to get a proper ID, they're willing to do that because they want to vote tomorrow. If you just look behind me, this is a queue of people that are going to get their IDs. If my cameraman Kobani can just show you exactly, this is a queue of people who are expecting to get their IDs, and most of them have been saying that they're here to withstand the lines because they want to make sure that they're able to vote tomorrow. But just give us a more overview as to how much the flow of people has been in the past 2 days. Is the office manager for the Home Affairs, Ms. Ngabakazi Kobololo. Take us briefly exactly, in the past few days, have you seen a huge inflow of people racing now to try and get the IDs for the vote tomorrow?
Yes. During the past weeks, we've seen an influx of people that are coming to Home Affairs to collect their smart card IDs. So, yes, people are really making that they want to come and vote.
Now, some people obviously at work today and they can't come to the Home Affairs today. Tomorrow, are you guys going to be open so that people even want to come tomorrow can also come fetch the IDs as well?
Yes, tomorrow we're open at 7 o'clock and we're closing late also at 7 o'clock because we want to cater for the people who are coming to collect, because we've just received about 6 boxes already from Skynet just now. So we're going to scan those boxes and then immediately scan them, and then people will get the SMS messages. So they will rush to Home Affairs also to come and collect it. And some people are still coming to collect, to make the temporary ID cards. So yes, we'll definitely be open to assist them.
Okay, so let's just take a walk. As she was saying, that the chief manager saying that they're going to open tomorrow for people who want to come. So if you're at work and you're wondering, can I come tomorrow on voting day to try and make sure that I get my ID or temporary ID to vote, the Home Affairs just reassuring you that tomorrow they'll also be open. But I'm just trying to find some people who have been in the queue for some time. There's a young man that I met earlier on, and we're just going to talk to him and find out. As you can see, long queues, people making their way, trying to see that they can make sure that they get their IDs. I'm just trying to move my way to the queue. As you can see, the people have been here since as early as 6 a.m. trying to make sure they get their IDs. Buti, we were talking earlier on and you were saying that you've been here for quite some time, but you want to vote tomorrow. Why was it important for you to come and get a temporary ID so you can vote tomorrow?
Yes, voting is very critical because it's our opportunity to put a credible government in power. As you can see, I'm very young, I'm energetic, so we are no longer looking for a government that's going to give us excuses. We want land and we want it now. So it's our opportunity to vote is very critical. So myself, I'm very patriotic about my country. So even if I'm here the whole day, I will stay until I get my temporary ID so that I can vote.
Okay. Tell us also exactly what time did you arrive here? I know that the queues are long. I see you guys making your way as you're going to move up again to the next seat. But what time did you arrive here? And has the process of getting a temporary ID so far been a smooth one, or are the lines still a bit long?
No, it's a bit long. We've been told now even that the system is a bit slow and so on and so forth. But it's been about an hour and so that I've been here. But as I say, I'm determined. I'm not living here without a temporary ID because I needed to vote.
All right. Well, there was a young man saying that he's patriotic about his country. He wants to make sure that he votes. I'm going to make my way through this queue as well to try and find an elderly person. Shame, he's been in the line for the past few hours, and he also says that he wants to vote. Let's talk to him and hear exactly. Tata ulapha namhlanje uzofumana itemporary. Akasibase ngaba lakho qala kuba ku10 uzofuna itemporary ID namhlanje.
Ngifuna kaloku itemporary kuba ndizavota. Yebo. Number 2, indiyithatha kube ndizoyithatha kwesibini even yona i-ID yami ilahleke ndisepolokwane. Ndiyithathe nge-27 yale nyanga iphele kaMatshi. Ngoku ndiyabona kude sekube ngoku i-SMS abayithumeli, ndiyaqonda mazoyithatha kwesibini. But ke andikwazi uyithatha i-ID kwesibini, kufuneka ndifumane itemporary. Ndizothatha loo temporary ngenxa yaloo nto uba ndifuna uvota kusasa ngomso.
Tata, ezityhu zinde kakhulu ne umuntu omdala kodwa uzinyamezele ezityhu. Kutheni ubalulekile uba uvote ngomso kunyulo lezomzantsi Afrika?
Kungenxa yoba kaloku nayi ndiyayazi uba ngokubalulekile uba ngaba mandivote. Yebo. Siyabazi ubunzima esisuka kubo. Yebo. phaya kuthiwe manje kathela naba-11 khange bacacise bangabantu ababetshwini abantu abahlela apha bathi bandibetshwini loo nto bange bamandiyamezela.
Tata, njengozovota ngomso ufuna urhulumente mhlawumbi akuncede entweni njengomntu waseMzantsi Afrika?
Zininzi izinto ekusafuneke zenzile mos urhulumente for thina abantu yekona, izindlu yekona, abantwana yekona. Kuba bendingazazi uzawufuneka ndithetha khona ndiyipreparisileyo ndigqibile sisibona.
Well, that is the sentiments of people who are at the Home Affairs. The young man saying that he's patriotic about his country. It's long queues, but he's going to make sure that he withstands the long queue, because tomorrow, like every other citizen, he's getting a chance to go and vote, and he wants to make sure that his voice counts, because like we were saying earlier on, that if you don't vote, then you absolutely cannot complain. So from the Home Affairs, it's goodbye from us, and it's back to you in studio.
Lerato, before I let you go, I just want to get a sense with regards to the Eastern Cape and some of the hotbed issues, some of the burning issues in your province. I'm not sure if you can still hear me, but if you can, we know that unemployment is a huge issue in South Africa. We know it's sitting at around 27.1% in the fourth quarter of 2018. When you look at some of the figures in the Eastern Cape, unemployment is sitting at around 36.1% in the fourth quarter of 2018. And this is the narrow definition of unemployment. That's a big issue there in the Eastern Cape.
A huge issue in the Eastern Cape. I think in the Nelson Mandela Metro itself, the youth unemployment is sitting at 32.8. That's obviously according to Stats SA in the last quarter of 2018. A lot of young people in the Metro saying that, you know what, we've got the skills. Some saying that we've gone to university, we've got the skills, we do qualify to in various sectors, but we cannot get the job. So as much as unemployment is an issue, but youth unemployment, especially if you go to the townships and you speak to young people, if you can go to the township even right now, Blaine, you see young people sitting on the streets, and if you talk to them, they say, you know what, I qualified from NMU about a year ago, but to date I can't get a job. So I think as we prepare for the elections, I think youth unemployment, especially youth with skills that say, I want to work, I've got the skill, I've got the qualification, but I can't get a job. Any party that comes into power as we go towards the election must zoom in and try to find critical and strategic ways to deal with this youth unemployment issue, which is a huge problem in the Nelson Mandela Metro and in the Eastern Cape as a whole.
Lerato Thipa live for us in the Eastern Cape, in PE to be precise. Thank you very much indeed for your reporting. Just to remind you with regards to voting procedures tomorrow, especially when the majority of South Africans head to the polls, only the green barcoded ID, the smart ID or a valid temporary ID certificate will be accepted. Remember, polls open at 7 a.m. tomorrow and close at 9 p.m. If you are in the line by 9 p.m., then you will be allowed to vote. Today, the special vote started at 9 a.m. and will end at 5 p.m. So, from the Eastern Cape to Northern